viewers. Today, we will be dealing with determining the original value. Okay, let us have a look at principles that we need to consider as we determine the original value. Okay, determining the original value when given a value with a percentage has been added or subtracted. How do we do it when we determine the value? To determine the value, we get the difference between the original percentage and the given percentage. And after determining the difference between the original and the given percentage, then we are going to divide 100 by the original percentage. So now, let us have a look at the examples, because at the end, you need to multiply your answer by the given value. So let us take the first example. Mpho's monthly contribution for electricity was reduced by 20%. What is the original price if she is contributing 2,000 rand after the reduction? So what we need is the original price. And now what we see here has already been reduced. So now remember, we said when we reduce, it means it's going to be down. So we take 20%, subtract it from the 100%. So 100% minus 20% is 80%. So now, because it is 80%, we are calculating the previous value. Then we must divide. Now, remember, we said when you convert this 80% to a fraction form, you will have 80 out of 100. But now, because we need the previous value, then it means we are reversing. So when we reverse, then we swap the values. The denominator becomes the numerator and the numerator becomes the denominator. So now we are going to calculate. Remember, I said we swap the two values. We are going to have 100 divided by 80 multiplied by 2,000. We can press the calculator together. We have 100 divided by 80 multiplied by 2,000. So the answer is 2,500 rand. Implication is that before the price can be reduced, the original price was 2,500 rand. Let us move to the next example. The markdown price of a fridge, remember the markdown price, it means it's after it has been reduced as well, is 13,000 after it has been reduced by 30%. Now we need to determine the original price before the reduction. So for us to determine the original price, we are going to subtract 30% from 100%. So we have 100% minus 30%. We can press the calculator together. 100 minus 30. Then we will have 70%. And remember not to press the percentage sign, because you will have your value as a decimal, which is not what we are looking for. So let us calculate then. Because we got 70%, and I said if you have 70% as a fraction, this can be 70 divided by 100. And when we are looking for the previous value, we are then swapping the values because we are reversing. So we are going to have 100 divided by 70 multiplied by 13,000 rand. So let us press the calculator together. 100 divided by 70, and this should be multiplied by 13,000 rand. So the answer that I'm getting, my calculator is malfunctioning. 13,000 rand. The answer I'm getting is 18,571, but after the comma, there is 42857. And because now we are talking about the South African currency, we need to round this off to 2 decimal places. So now we are going to have 1,800 and, I'm sorry, it's 18,000, not 1,000. Just want to group this correctly. Let's group it correctly. We are having 18,571 rand. So now, because we need to round this off to 2 decimal places, 8 is greater than 4. So because it's greater than 4, our 2 will be adjusted upwards, and then we will have 18,571 rand 43. This was the price before the 30% reduction. So now let us have a look at the next question, which is the practice of what we have learned. If the price of a pair of shoes after a 15% discount is 300 rand, what was the original price? So to calculate the original price, just like taking back that slice of cake, we are going then to say 100% minus 15%, then 100 minus 15, you can press the calculator with me. We are going to have 85%. So this is 85%. So having your 85%, therefore, remember 85%, it's 85 divided by 100, but because of the original value, once more, we are reversing this. And if we are reversing, then it means we will swap the values. Then we will have 100 divided by 85 multiplied by 300 rand. And let us press the calculator together. 100 divided by 85 multiplied by 300 rand. So the original price was 352 rand 94. This was the original price. So now I believe you are able to calculate the original price. If there was the reduction, you simply subtract the value from the 100%, the percentage value given from 100%, you get the new percentage, and you express your percentage as a fraction. But remember, because we are reversing, you are going to swap the values. The numerator becomes the denominator, and your denominator becomes the numerator, and then you multiply by the price given, and you get your answer. And remember, if it is South African currency, we need 2 values after a comma. Remember the principles of rounding off and round off correctly. Let us take a short break. I will see you right after the break.